Check. Check 1, 2.
Check my dick.
Danny's a bitch.
So next week, McDermott.
Ethan will be here. Ember will be here. Sorry. Ember will be here. And we will have our transgender friend Ember.
Ember will be with us next week.
Ember will be with us.
So make sure y'all say hi and be nice to her.
We haven't really
You want to try this one? Jolly Rancher watermelon.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I got a case of them and the blue raspberry.
How much are these?
These were on TikTok Shop. These were $26 a case for 12 of them. So that's like a little over $2 a piece.
Oh, the same price as Alani.
Yeah. So, I mean, they were on sale, so I got them.
They're bigger.
I got the blue raspberry. They're good, but they're a little too sweet. I don't like my energy drinks like really sweet.
Really? But you like these? Because I think these are really sweet.
Really? Well, those also have actual sugar in it, don't they?
They have sugar alcohol. 1 gram of sugar alcohol. The rest is sucralose.
So what's the 15 calories in it?
Sodium.
Oh, that's a fuck ton of sodium then.
70 milligrams. It's not that bad.
That can't be 15 calories.
Plus, I guess all the vitamins in here counts as calories. It's empty calories, so.
What vitamins do I get? B12 and potassium. All right.
That's what I got. 1 milligram of calcium, 32 milligrams of potassium, 16.8 milligrams of niacin, 1.8 milligrams of B6, 2.5 micrograms of B12,
Nice.
30 micrograms of biotin, and 5.3 milligrams of pantothenic acid.
Have you heard about the crushed up parasites?
Yeah, for as red dye.
Yeah.
You and I must have a lot of the same TikTok videos. Mine came up this morning.
Yeah, mine came up last night.
And I'm pretty sure that's true. I'm almost positive it's
I'm
true.
like, I mean, from what I understand, Red 40 is worse. But like, they what was it that they call it?
Oh,
It's like starts with a C.
Carmine.
Yeah,
Carmine color or something like
and
that.
it's in what, like Nerds?
It's in Nerds, Lipstick, Yoplait.
One of the juices.
I think it was Mott's apple juice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
As a coloring.
I mean, I understand they're dead. They're not
Yeah, I mean,
Doesn't do
is it
anything.
actually bad for you?
like, is it protein?
Yeah.
You know, but
I mean,
It's still-
it's definitely gross to think about.
yeah, it's still the fact you're eating crushed up parasites. Like, nah, dog, I'm good.
Well, we're back, right? For the first time in a year, we missed an episode.
I am truly not sorry, actually.
I am. It's all Danny's fault. His fucking dog decided to get
Bro,
sick.
that's crazy. He actually wasn't sick.
So you killed him even though he wasn't sick?
I mean, he lost his eyesight like completely.
So what? We should kill all blind people?
Okay, he was blind, he was deaf, and he stood in the corner against the wall because he didn't know where he was or where he was going.
Listen, can I be honest with you?
What?
That dog has been due for about 2 years.
I know.
To be
I know.
put
All right,
down.
so
I had to talk with your wife about it like 2 years ago, and she's like, I know.
listen. All right. So, I mean, for those of you who do know, bear with me. For those who don't know, we've had Denver. Oh my God, what is he? He's what's the little
He's some sort of terrier.
Yeah,
right?
he's a Jack Russell
Why
Terrier.
Are you UMGC?
I don't know.
Are you planning on going there?
No.
That's where I go to school.
Is it?
Yeah, UMGC.
Stop calling me then.
I wonder. Yeah, I promise I didn't refer you.
Back to my story. Jack Russell Terrier and pug mix. I know, weird.
You can definitely tell that if you saw this dog, you definitely tell that that's what he is.
So he's been with us we've had him for 16 years, but we got him when he was a year. He was a rescue pet from the shelter. So he was 17 years old. he's been deaf for what, 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah,
about that. I mean, this dog used to be, hey, you want a snack, and he'd get excited. And now when you call his name, it's he don't fucking move.
He was okay with the dog being deaf, but the blind was.
Well, I mean,
much.
You need your eyes a little bit more than your ears, but when you lose both and you don't, like, he was going senile. He
was Helen Keller.
He would stand up from where he was laying down, and he would just start peeing.
I could never put this face down.
And he would just start peeing everywhere. So yes, last weekend I had to put my dog to sleep.
Say hi to the audience.
Next to Ellie.
What bullshit? Your dog first. Oh, no. Say hi to the audience, Ellie.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Ellie.
Go ahead.
So yeah, that's why we missed last weekend. It was a little bit of a rough weekend for us. So
yeah, I mean, I'm being funny, but I told you on the phone, it's one of the hardest. That's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Is when I had to put my dog down.
I mean, I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to.
You don't want to cry like a little bitch.
Yeah, I don't want to relive that. But I mean, for me, like for the last couple of years, he was kind of a dick, and he pissed me off a little bit. But for most of his years, like he was the definition of man's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
He's very loyal. He was the first dog I ever had. I could take anywhere with me. Didn't have to put a leash on him. He was kind to everybody.
And to your credit,
very playful.
He's really the first pet you had that you also kept.
That's true.
For quite some time.
Yeah, we had other pets, but
they didn't last long.
Circumstances wouldn't allow us to keep them. Now that we own our own house, it doesn't matter. Although I'm a little sad I don't have like the Homeward Bound crew anymore.
Oh yeah.
I now have a really chill dog now. Ripken, like, okay, so she was.
Yeah, how's she doing? Because it usually does affect if you have another dog.
You can tell she was, I guess, mourning is what some people call it. She would lay by the door and like sniff through the door because she thought he was still outside.
Okay.
So that was what, Friday. As of about Tuesday, it kind of like she forgot about it, and she's good now.
So she's back to her.
She's back to her normal
self.
Some
dogs will go through a complete change.
Well, we've been doing ever since we laid Denver down. We've been doing a good job of giving her lots of attention.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb has actually been taking her to the dog park. He's taken her 2 or 3 times this week, letting her run around, which she needs to lose weight anyway.
What dog park?
Well, there's a. I thought it was a dog park at first, like where Hartley's is, William Street.
Yeah, up that road. There. It says it's a dog park.
Okay, but Caleb said when you go in that playground, that jungle gym, that's for kids, and there's because it like has a wheel.
Yeah,
and it even says, please pick up after your dogs, children at play. So I'm guessing maybe it's like a
So it's fenced in, but it's co-ed dogs and kids.
Yeah. Okay. So, but the park, he took her to the park also in that large.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they do have one there. I want to. Speaking of which, I plan with as soon as I have the money, I'm going to be fencing in my backyard.
This picture right here, that's whenever Denver was a lot younger. That was him running through up at the park.
Oh, I'll show the audience. Show your camera.
My poor puppy. You want to see his last picture?
No.
Why? This was him sitting in the waiting room of the vet. He
looks ready to go.
Yeah, I mean,
about fucking time, people. Yeah, you're good.
So, I mean, that morning, like early in the morning, he opened his eyes, but like from mid morning on, couldn't open his eyes at all. Tried to, but like if you would try to force it open, it was all bloodshot and red.
Yeah, he probably, like you said, he probably wouldn't have made it past the weekend.
No. And the shitty thing is, so do you know what they use to put dogs to sleep?
I don't remember. You mean like to put them to sleep before they terminate them?
Like to, make them pass. I had no idea. It's an overdose of oh my God, the stuff you get whenever you're having surgery. Anesthesia. It's an overdose of anesthesia. Is what they give them to make them pass.
That's not even anesthesia. Is not a chemical.
Well, that's what
whatever that is.
She put the anesthesia.
Overdose,
that's what she told us. It's an overdose of anesthesia.
Okay.
And usually she said it happens within 10 to 20 seconds.
Yeah. Well, so did they give him something before to put him to sleep?
No, he was awake. Like, he was already, like...
That's true. He was probably
sleeping.
already... Okay, see, like, when we took Key up, she was still awake. She couldn't walk.
Yeah.
She was still awake, so they gave her something to help make her go to sleep.
Okay.
And then, like, after, like, 10, 15 minutes, then they came in. And, yeah it happens.
Oh, it happened really quick. I mean, he was just laying down up on the thing, and me, Caleb, and Ashley were all hovered over him, talking to him, and the moment that he passed, he looked right at Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, that was the first time he opened his eyes that day. So, sorry, honey, I don't mean to make you cry or anything, but...
It's a hard thing. I mean, it's the shittiest thing about dogs is they just don't live long enough.
Yeah, they don't.
I mean, they're man's best friends for a reason. I mean, they are good animals, and it's not hard to train a dog. It's really not.
Well,
you just got to take a little bit of time, but
well, let me tell you,
put all that time in, and then before you know it, they're gone.
I thank you because I talked to you because I wanted to get Ripken on a routine. So she's now on a because, like, when you feed her in Denver didn't want to eat right away, and so she didn't eat.
Yeah.
And she would lay by the bowls. Well, now she's ready for breakfast and ready for dinner. So I got her some of the Blue Buffalo. I did the raw egg, a little bit of water, and, like, I'll throw, like, some chicken in there, some bologna or something like that.
Yeah. And that's really all I give her. She's gotten real picky. She won't really eat many fruits and vegetables anymore, which sucks because when I had her as a puppy, I used to get her to eat.
Yeah.
She's spoiled. Which is my fault. Mine and Tammy. Tammy gives her a lot. As much as Tammy says she doesn't want the dog, she spoils the fuck out of this dog. I know you don't watch this, Tammy, but you love this dog. You just won't admit
absolutely. No, it's a pride thing. She don't want to admit it.
No, she don't want to admit it because she didn't want it. And I get that.
But I love the routine that she's on now. It's so much easier.
You'll notice, give it about a month, you'll notice her coat, or at least should be a lot softer. People always ask me, man, she's so soft.
Yeah.
I do not bathe her that often, maybe once every 3 months.
Yeah, that's what we do with Ripken.
And she has a raw egg every day. Just once a day, because they get fucking expensive. One raw egg every day.
Putting it in twice a day.
You could, but that's a lot of saturated fat. You could probably drop it down to once a day. Well, she's twice the size of Ellie.
Yeah.
You could probably do it, but eggs are a little expensive. Just once a day, you'll notice in a month, you'll notice how much softer her.
Because I'm only giving her a cup of food at a time. Like a cup I start out with a cup and a half.
A lot of people overfeed their dogs. I feed Ellie twice a day. She gets half of a cup.
Yeah.
And did you do the other thing I told you to do with your kibble?
Mix water in it.
Add water to it. And not enough people. The reason dog food is so shelf stable is because they dehydrate. I learned this from TikTok, right? So anybody who hates on TikTok, there's a good side to TikTok because this is where I learned a lot of the stuff I do for Ellie.
I agree.
Dog kibble is severely dehydrated and dogs can't drink enough water. A lot of our water we get from our food, you don't even realize.
Yeah.
That's why you don't actually have to drink a gallon of water every day because as long as you're eating, you're getting water.
Absolutely.
Dogs don't get that. So I just mix probably a quarter cup of water with her kibble when I feed her. And she don't always even eat breakfast. If when I get up in the morning and she's laying down, if she don't get up before I leave for work, I don't feed her.
Right.
Because I don't want her I'd rather her miss a meal and then eat dinner than me overfeed her and then the food just
That's true.
So that, and then, I'll mix up some sort of meat. I've done deli meats before. I don't really like doing that.
Well, you said some extra protein, and I didn't have any deli meat on one particular day, so I actually mixed in I have some plain low fat or non-fat yogurt.
Yogurt is actually really good, especially if it doesn't have sugar in it.
Yeah, well, it was plain and
sugar,
low fat.
Sugar. Yogurt is good. Something else I saw I want to try, see if I can get it if I mix it in with her food. Spinach.
Okay.
Apples.
I don't think she'll eat spinach.
If you mix it in like a little bit, like chop it up real fine and you mix it in, she probably wouldn't even notice it was in there. Apples are really good for dogs' gut health. There's a couple other things I want to try. Turmeric is always really good, even though I've never tried it. That helps with inflammation.
Yeah, I put turmeric in a lot of things now in my food.
So, I mean, and these are things that are just going to help her quality of life as she gets. It may not necessarily add a whole lot of years, but as she gets older, she'll be healthier.
You know what I'm jealous about? The one in our house that has the best diet is the fucking rabbit. Well, like she loves kale and arugula. That's what she has to have some of her pellets to get a lot of her vitamins. But we give her either kale or arugula, and then we'll cut up like either a pepper or a carrot, and dice it up and put it in there. And then like between meals, she'll have a snack of either she will have like a piece of banana or a strawberry. They even have snacks where it's like dried banana chips, or not. They're not chips; they're soft, like baby food, or dried strawberries. She loves them.
Okay,
yeah, she's got a great diet. I'm jealous.
If I was to grow rabbits, it would be for food.
That's crazy.
And not really. I've always thought about that. Like if I ever got a chance to, and I didn't have as much other shit going on, I would raise chickens and rabbits.
Rabbits to eat them?
Yeah, for food. Rabbits they're easier than chickens. You must not get all the same things I get on TikTok because rabbits are easier to raise than chickens. They multiply super fucking fast.
Yeah, I know.
Don't require as much care.
I tell you, no, they don't, dude. I tell you. That is the easiest animal to clean up after. We have a small vacuum outside of our bigger vacuum. And whenever, like, she's already litter trained. Like, she'll go up in her litter pan, and really? That's where she pees.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. I didn't even think that you could train.
Apparently, that's where she pees. She does not pee. Now, she'll poop around in her playpen, like on the carpet, but you just take the vacuum, and they're hard little pieces, round, and you just vacuum them up. And then, like, every 2 days...
Or you have Rip can go around eating them.
Yeah, I'd prefer not to. But every 2 days, I'll clean out her litter pan, and it'll have all of her pee in it. And I'll pull up the rug, and it's dry as can be.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense that you could litter train rabbits. I just never really thought about it.
She's so cool. Got her for Caleb, but he don't take her.
I already told you that was going to happen.
Well, he thinks he's moving. Whenever he moves out, he's taking her. I'm like, that rabbit won't last a month.
These kids, and I appreciate these kids wanting to move out because I couldn't wait to move out. Jeremiah's already talking about. I think he's going to try to move in the dorms. He wants to become an RA up at Frostburg. And, I mean, that's all fine and dandy.
I think him and Caleb have been talking because Caleb said the same thing.
I just explained, I was like, listen, I'm all for you moving out because I wanted to move out. Just enjoy. Don't feel like you need to grow up yet, and just enjoy it for a little bit. So, the one thing, it's kind of a little late now. We were going to talk about it last week, just for a moment. We had two, sports legends pass last week.
Wait, who?
Pete Rose.
Yeah, okay, I remember Pete Rose.
Dikembe Mutombo passed.
Yeah.
Apparently I think he had brain cancer.
Yeah. Because he wasn't that old. No. Pete Rose was.
Pete Rose was old. A lot of people were questioning, like, oh, now that he's gone, you think they're going to let him in the Hall of Fame?
They won't.
They won't. He agreed to a lifelong ban from the Hall of Fame. So we all can agree that he should have never been. He bet on sports.
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing with betting on sports. As long as you're not betting on your own sport, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, and here's my other thing. So you have A-Rod, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is him, Jeter, and David Ortiz have been doing like the anchors of like the before show for like some of the playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
So, MLB is like probably has to like approve that kind of thing for them because I guess it was on like Fox or something like that. But like, if you're gonna ban A-Rod from being in the Hall of Fame, then why are you having him why are you allowing him?
Is A-Rod banned?
They won't put him in because of the whole steroid thing. Same thing with Bonds. Clemens. Bunch of them. Sosa.
I mean, I know we talked about the steroids thing because wasn't it McDermott was like, no, they shouldn't be. Or was it you?
No, I think they should be because
we talked about this on the podcast.
Yeah, because I still think that it takes talent outside of power to hit a home run.
I think you and I agreed, but McDermott said no, he didn't. He goes, it's still cheating. I don't think it's cheating.
Bonds was hitting home runs before he started taking steroids.
You still have to be a good hitter, like you said.
Mark McGwire was hitting home runs before he took steroids.
Yeah. And like Barry Bonds was a Gold Glover
right
before that. So yeah, absolutely, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
And as much as I'm not a big fan of A-Rod, I mean, he definitely was one of the better players. But on Pete Rose, I did see a video, and I've seen it before, where he was I guess he was on one of those shows, and he was talking with A-Rod, and he was talking about hitters when they get in a slump. And
I saw this.
Where he talked about you don't change up your swing. Which I don't know if batters take this advice, but yeah, you just move. If you're out in front of it, move up in the plate.
Yep.
Right? If you're behind it, move back on the plate.
Or if you're too slow,
inside, move up. In towards the plate or back from the plate. Choke up or choke down. But don't change your swing.
If your swing is too slow, you choke up. If it's too fast, you choke down. And I'm like, that's cool. I like that. Don't change them. Now that doesn't go for everybody. Some people need to change their mechanics, and I'll give you the perfect example because I just read this today. Jackson Holiday. So him coming up, like, he had struggles this year. I'm only saying this because there's a lot of hype around him. He was the number one prospect. I don't know if you've ever watched him bat, but he has one of those big leg kicks. I hate those leg kicks.
Yeah, that slows you down.
It does slow you down. I know it gets more power behind it. Like, he's pulling it up. So when he got sent down, he worked on it to where his leg kick wasn't as high.
Yeah, because you really got to get your timing down so that your leg's hitting at the right time.
So then he started hitting some home runs, but he's still, like, his main thing, he couldn't hit the high fastballs. He worked on that in AAA, came up, and he was hitting them. Then pitchers figured him out more, and just it's that leg kick takes off your timing. That's where your power, like, he's trying to get more power into it. But if you can't do that consistently, you're not going to be able to time it right.
Yeah. So
the last month in September, he was working with the hitting coaches, and he's now just doing a toe tap. And it's very, very subtle. You can't even tell that it's a toe tap. The kick is gone. And in his last 2 games, he went 4 for 5 with 2 doubles, an RBI, and a run. So, and that's just a sample size. Yeah. But still, I mean, it looks like it's working.
Well, he's still young. I mean, next year's going to be a whole new season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're disappointed the way the season ended. I'm super disappointed, but I'm not surprised. The Phillies have sucked since the fucking All-Star break.
Well, okay, so we did too. We've had a losing record since the All-Star break.
Yeah.
You guys were the best team in baseball for the first half of the year.
Yeah.
And then boom, what happened?
Just fell off. And that just shows you how far ahead they were. We still had the best record in baseball until like mid-August.
Yeah. And I mean, Wheeler did good in the playoffs, but Nola kind of shit the bed.
Nola, he did okay. There was no run support.
Yeah.
Just like the same thing happened to Orioles.
Same thing happened to Orioles. I'll tell you what, I don't know which one hurts worse. I think this year hurts worse because at least last year
you guys were hyped. You got to 100 wins. No one expected you to do that.
Well, that and we actually scored runs, more than one. We scored 1 fucking run in 2 games. We got beat 1-0 and 2-1. Our Gunnar Henderson went 0 for fucking 8.
Yeah, no reason you guys shouldn't have won either.
Corbin Burns threw 8 fucking innings of. It was a gem.
That's what happened to Zach Wheeler the other night.
Yeah,
Zach Wheeler threw a gem through 7 innings, and then we ended up losing.
And now we're probably going to lose Burns in the fucking free agency.
I'm curious to see what the Phillies do. The Phillies need to do something. I like our team though. I don't want to lose anybody.
You can take Sir Anthony Dominguez back.
I like Dominguez. I didn't want to lose him because you can have Austin Hayes back because he didn't do shit for us.
Well, I'll tell you what, and I think it's coming out now. Some of the players noticed that when they came back up from AAA, like called back up, they noticed a change in the clubhouse and the team chemistry.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that hurt them a little bit because Hayes being gone, he was a huge part of their team chemistry. Dominguez did fine for us. He did well. The problem is he's not a closer.
No, the Phillies have used him as a closer before, but he's not consistent.
Well, we put him in there because we cut Kimbrel in September. Like mid,
did they?
Yeah, they cut him.
Which sucks because he was strong for a while, but
first half he was great.
Last year, and
second half he blew so many fucking saves.
Estevez that the Phillies picked up, he sucked for us.
Really?
He didn't do shit.
Damn,
I couldn't tell you how many leads he gave up.
Was it Carlos?
Carlos Estevez, I think, from the Angels.
Oh, that's
because here's a stat. Right, I didn't even have this as a topic. I do not think if you blow a save, but yet somehow you still pitch us into a win, you should get credited for the win.
No, but then who would though?
Nobody. Fuck the win. Nobody gets the fucking win.
Somebody has to.
Not bullshit. If a pitcher can pitch 7 innings and get no decision because you had a lead and you gave it up, and then some other person came in and got the win, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if 9th inning I come up and we top of the 9th, I blow the save because I give up a run.
Yeah.
But then we score a run the bottom of the 9th. I get the win?
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit.
That's stupid.
Yeah. But somebody has to get the win, though. And it's
bullshit.
The last pitcher who was pitching whenever you took the lead.
They need to change that. You can give them something else, but not a win. You can give them a save. They blew the save, but then they got the save because we still won. Because how do you credit that to the pitcher? Offense is the one who ended up doing it. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But,
wow, here's to just hoping Rubenstein opens his wallet. this offseason.
Yeah,
if you're hearing this, Rubenstein, just open it up.
I don't know what the Phillies need to do. I don't know that they actually need to do anything. The problem with baseball is it really depends on when you get hot.
Yes.
I would rather 2 years ago, the Phillies, they fired their manager, Joe Girardi, because of how awful they started.
Yeah.
But then made the World Series. I think in baseball, because it's such a long game, you're better off getting through the first couple months, middle of the pack, doing well, and then after the All-Star break, slowly rise so you know that you'll make the playoffs.
And your season also depends on your injuries.
Yeah,
because
the Phillies didn't. I mean, they had a couple injuries, but it wasn't anything that bad.
Well, think about ours. All right, so say if we had Felix Bautista, we'd still have Austin Hayes because we wouldn't have traded for Dominguez. We still had. Well, we'll say if we still had John Means and Kyle Bradish, if they didn't get hurt, we would still have some of our prospects because we traded for that Trevor Rogers from Miami who within a month got fucking sent down to AAA because he was fucking ass. Injuries killed us this year, and we could have held on to some of our prospects for better trades at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed in what the Phillies did, but you also had the best record in baseball. So what were you really going to get? I get that part, but
it was kind of a blessing that we ended up getting Zach Eflin, who was in the second half as good as Corbin Burns.
Eflin was good at times when he was on the Phillies. He just wasn't consistent.
He had one bad game and I think 15 starts, and all the rest of he was great.
Yeah, I mean, I like Zach Eflin. I mean, if the Phillies had kept him, he would probably still be in our rotation.
We have him for next year too. So,
the other one, Dikembe Mutombo.
It was kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, he never got a ring. I think the Nuggets weren't all that great. The only time that they were good,
I thought he was with the Hawks.
Well, you know how it is. He probably played on the Hawks. He was most notably known for the Nuggets. That's who he spent most of his career on.
Okay, see, I thought he spent most of his time on the Hawks because wasn't he playing with Dominique Wilkinson? But they were
no, I think that was before. Dominique Wilkinson was at the kind of towards the end of his career when Mutombo came in. Because he was back, kind of late 80s, early 90s. Mutombo was mid-90s, late 90s. Yeah, he was a good ball player.
Yeah.
Some things about him. He was from the Republic of Congo.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those African countries that, although they have the stereotypical kind of African accent, it's mixed with French. And actually French is some of the primary language that has to do with colonialism.
Yeah.
The French were just constantly spreading out, a lot of European nations were.
Yes, I mean, the Spanish were too, but the French, they took over a lot of different stuff. That's why you have some people in Louisiana talking French. I mean, you have the southern border of, parts of Canada, they talk French.
Yeah.
But
and I'll be honest, this isn't a surprise because most African names aren't just first name, last name.
Yeah.
But his full name is not Dikembe Mutombo.
I figured.
That's only his first two names. His full name, and I'm probably going to butcher this, is Dikembe Mutombo Mpolando Mukamba Jean-Jacques Wamutombo.
Oh, there's the French in there. Jean-Jacques.
That's his full, or was his full name.
I'm glad it's just
Yeah, I think that's just the American, just the westernized is just the first last name. But when I started thinking about Pete Rose, I also thought of something else that no one ever really talks about. Why doesn't baseball have cheerleading?
So this was a topic of discussion between me and Caleb last night. So because his girlfriend does cheer.
Oh, she is a cheerleader.
Yeah. Okay. So she does some football games, soccer games, and basketball. And that's it. For as far as high school sports. And we were in the topic of he's like, yeah, she's got cheer. You got to go cheer this day. And I'm like, well, why aren't you going? You usually go. And he's like, it's soccer. I don't want to go watch the soccer game. I'm like, yeah, but go cheer your girlfriend on. Yeah, good. Whatever you do. I don't know. And I was like, isn't it crazy though that baseball gets no love?
Yeah, it does.
Because that's the reason why it's too slow.
It is very slow. So I did look this up. So because they do have cheerleading in other in baseball in like Japan. They do have cheerleaders. Like there's only like 3 or 4 of them. They usually stand on top of the dugout and cheer. We have done it in America.
Really?
Yeah, but it didn't last long. It didn't take off.
I mean, I think it's just if they're going to stand on the dugout, that's what the mascots do.
Exactly. That's what they do. So we've become known to use our mascots more.
That's like, what do you cheer for? Like, the pitcher strikes out like 10 guys in a row. Well, what are you cheering for?
Well, and it's usually quiet in between, but it doesn't usually start to get loud until like the 9th inning.
Yeah,
like
or the beginning of the game. But yeah, towards the end of the game or high state.
So, I mean, as most people know, cheerleading was predominantly a male thing. Women weren't really even brought in until as cheerleaders, in any sport until really World War II when most men were sent over.
Cheerleading was a man thing?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was mostly guys.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, and it was just really them cheering on the crowd. There wasn't like gymnastics or anything like that. It was just
pom-poms.
It was just them cheering on the crowd to get the crowd into it.
Okay.
But in baseball, in 1996, the California Angels were bought by Disney.
Right.
And what they did, they started the cheerleading group called the Angel Wings, who only lasted 1 season. The biggest problem that people had was the fact is that if you had those seats right there by the dugout, those cheerleaders were in your way.
Yeah, that's true.
And people just aren't used to it. See, football and basketball are loud sports.
Yes.
We're talking and cheering throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's slow. Baseball's not one of those sports. That's a bit like having cheerleaders at golf.
Yeah, no shit. That would be terrible. And yeah, the baseball game, where the fuck are you going to put them when they're not in someone's way?
Well, they tried putting them out somewhere in the outfield, I think, in some...
Well, that's not even the focal point of the
Exactly,
game.
so no one's even seeing you unless it's on like a teleprompter.
Right.
Or something.
Everybody's looking at home plate. That's your focal point.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Other teams did try, but didn't last long. The Marlins, Padres, Blue Jays, and Expos also did it. And the other reason it doesn't really work with baseball is because there's no time limit. So there's no halftime. There's no long breaks.
Right.
In between innings. Like, you could probably do it if the breaks in between the innings were longer, but they're only about 1.5 minutes. And even the 7th inning stretch is only like 2.5 minutes.
Well, see, I think a lot more teams should kind of do what I don't know if any other team does it besides the Brewers, but every time they hit a home run, their mascot goes down that fucking twisty slide in the outfield. I think that's cool. That's a way to celebrate like a home run or like maybe an extra base hit or something like that. Why don't more parts? Like, well,
I think a lot of the baseball, what they found other things to do between innings, like to get the fans involved, especially like smaller ones. Like I know the Altoona Curve between the innings, they'll bring like fans out in the field. Yeah. They'll do like they have like the sausage race or meat. Yeah. Altoona Curve does a meatball race around the track.
The Pirates do the pierogi race. I think.
So that's what they do. So I mean, there's still entertainment. It's just it's just not cheerleaders. But it got me thinking because there are NFL teams that to this day still do not have cheerleaders. And apparently have never had cheerleaders. You didn't know this?
I thought every team.
No, I knew. Well, my favorite. I'll give you one. My favorite team doesn't have. That's how I knew.
The Giants
do not have cheerleaders.
I'm going to say the Jets don't.
Hold on. There are 7 other teams. So the Giants is one.
Is the Jets another one?
The Jets is another one.
Okay, I've never seen the Jets.
There are 6 other teams.
I'm going to say Chargers?
The Chargers, the Chargers, which surprised me because I could have sworn I saw that light blue and gold before, but the Chargers have never had cheerleaders.
Vikings.
Vikings have cheerleaders.
Bears.
The Bears do not have cheerleaders. That's 4.
Packers?
Packers do not have cheerleaders. Man, you're actually pretty good at this. I don't know. I would have got.
Listen, I'm
thinking cold weather.
Well, not only that, but I'm thinking like, I've seen those cheerleaders before because I know recently I've seen the Tampa Bay cheerleaders. I've seen
all the warm weather ones have cheerleaders.
Okay, so
except for the Chargers,
New England.
Nope, they have cheerleaders.
Buffalo has cheerleaders.
The Bills do not have cheerleaders.
Really?
Yeah. Bills Mafia does not have cheerleaders.
How many more?
2 more. And they're both in the same division.
Are they North?
Yeah.
The Seahawks?
No. They have cheerleaders.
I know the Broncos do. Lions.
Lions have cheerleaders.
They're in the same division. Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh does not have Steelers.
Cheerleaders. Okay, so I know the Bengals do.
Bengals do.
Browns, they don't.
The Browns do not.
Nobody wants to see a
The
Cleveland
Browns do not have cheerleaders.
cheerleader.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I looked that up the other day, and I was kind of surprised.
I used to know the names of the Broncos cheerleaders back in the day.
Really? I did not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I sure did.
I mean, I've seen some good-looking cheerleaders. I mean, of course, everyone's infamous the Cowboys cheerleaders. Which, don't get me wrong, yeah, they look good.
Yeah, but there's a way skimpier cheerleader uniforms in the league. So
yeah,
I'm just saying the Ravens cheerleaders actually look pretty good.
Really?
Not
bad. Not bad. So I wanted to play a little game. I hope this turns out all right. We did poorly explained movies one time.
Oh God.
I wanted to do poorly explained video games.
Oh
right?
my! I've seen this one.
So I will tell you, I don't think these are. There might be one or two that are a little bit more difficult, but most of these I think are pretty easy.
Okay.
This first one, depending if you can think outside the box, this first one won't be too bad. Let me share a screen with our viewers.
Let's make it a time.
I don't know why it's got a timer on there. It keeps putting it up there whenever I go into full screen mode.
Oh, okay.
All right, so your first clue for this first game: architect test structural integrity via cruel death march.
Architect. So it's some type of like I'm gonna say it's some type of like crafting game. Let's say it again. Architect what?
Architect test.
Tests.
Architect test structural integrity via cruel death march.
The cruel death march. Angry Birds.
No.
Death march. So is it one of those like wing games where it's like you're right like
You're gonna be so mad that you don't get this one. This is an old game. I'll give you a hint. It's an older game from back when we were kids.
Architect
test structural integrity via cruel death march. You're gonna be so mad.
All right, so what's another word for cruel? Like death march.
I said thinking outside the box. Like you're overthinking this.
No, I'm trying to think what a death march would be. Lemmings.
It's Lemmings.
No.
God damn it!
I see it. I didn't. No, I really didn't.
I hit the button too many times. Yeah, Lemmings.
Dude, it had. Okay, I get it now, dude. I fucking love this.
That was a fun game. I remember Dad playing it.
Yeah.
That was a hard game.
It was. It really was.
Hard. Some of the levels weren't too bad, but you really had to think outside the box when the levels.
Between this and Adventures of Lolo, those were my two favorite.
Yo, Lolo. Like, that was. Anybody ever played Adventures of Lolo? That's a good fucking
love that
game.
fucking game.
They made like. I think they made a third one.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, one had his one had his sister.
Yeah,
that was a cool game. The fucking Medusa thing that shot the.
Oh my god, it scared
the fuck out of you, even though you knew it was coming.
You knew it was coming. It scared you.
Outrun those.
No, if you were in the direct path of it, your character would stop to be shot by him.
Yeah, that was so scary.
That's crazy.
All right, the next one: Rebellion's offspring ruined the annual family get-together. This is kind of a hard one.
Rebellion's what?
Rebellious offspring ruins the annual family get-together.
Is this a newer game or?
No, it's an older game.
Like from when we were kids?
Teenagers, late teens. I don't remember exactly when this came out, so late teens.
I'm not gonna lie, I did see the one. Was that this one?
Yeah.
The next one? So it's God of War.
God of War.
So wait a minute, what's family get together?
I don't fucking know because I never played the second one.
What'd you do? Pull it offline?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, ChatGPT.
What was the family get together?
I don't know. I just remember the one, doesn't he? His dad's Kronos, right? Well, you know more about this game than I do.
Oh, and the God of War. Oh. Yeah, I don't remember. Like, I played the older ones. I don't remember the whole story. I'm like, just played the two newer God of War. So, I thought his dad was Zeus.
I didn't think it was Zeus. I remember in one of the games he fights Zeus.
It's not Zeus.
They fight Thor in another game.
Yeah, that's the newer one. He fights Thor, and
it's pretty cool.
Thor's dad is the main bad guy. Oh god, who's Thor's dad? Yeah, Odin is the main bad guy.
Okay.
Well, in the first one, it's Thor's brother. It's Loki. His name isn't his name isn't Loki because that's what his son is called in the game. Forget what his brother's name is, but killing his brother is what brings on Ragnarok.
Okay.
So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. The next one. Race of humanoid morons require round-the-clock care.
Race of humanoid. So, not human. Race of humanoid what? Characters? Morons.
Require round-the-clock care.
Clock care. It's a race.
No, a race.
Oh, a race of humanoid morons.
Yeah. Require round-the-clock care.
Sims.
Good job, The Sims.
That made sense. I used to love Sims. Humanoid.
Bloodthirsty teens force local wildlife into servitude and conduct animal fight club. This one's easy if you think about it.
Say it again.
Bloodthirsty teens force local wildlife into servitude and conduct animal fight club.
Why am I thinking Teen Wolf?
I guess it's the bloodthirsty teens.
So it's got something to do with vampires. Bloodthirsty. Oh my god. No?
No. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't know if bloodthirsty teens is a good description of this.
All right, bloodthirsty teens
force local wildlife into servitude and conduct animal fight clubs.
Wildlife into servitude. So local wildlife are now slaves. Is this newer or older?
Older. If you weren't mad at yourself for taking forever on Lemmings, you'll really be mad at yourself for this one.
And I for sure played this game?
Oh, absolutely. I'll give you a hint, but I didn't.
But I didn't. I don't know.
Pokemon.
Bloodthirsty teens doesn't make sense. What does that mean?
I told you that probably didn't make sense. It wasn't a good description.
The bloodthirsty teens threw me off. I'm trying to think of like vampire shit for some reason.
I thought I told you I didn't play because I never played Pokemon.
Whoever came up with that is an idiot.
I think I got these off of ChatGPT.
ChatGPT is fucking stupid. Nothing about them has to do with blood.
Apologize.
No, fuck ChatGPT, whatever it is.
All right. A mustachioed plumber with questionable jumping skills repeatedly trespasses on various underground and above-ground properties, stepping on oversized turtles and shrooms in a relentless quest to find a princess who's always chilling in a different castle, all while risking his life to collect random shiny coins that apparently don't help him buy anything useful.
Super Mario.
Now, ChatGPT came up with that. Apologize to ChatGPT. That's funny.
Was easy as fuck, but it was funny.
That's funny.
But apparently, don't let him buy anything useful.
I don't remember how many more it is. A silent kid in a green outfit repeatedly wakes up from long naps to break into people's houses, smash pots, and steal their stuff. His only purpose in life seems collecting triangles and saving a princess who keeps getting kidnapped by the same angry pig man. Despite having a sword and shield, most of his problems are solved by playing a magic flute or yelling at chickens.
Yelling at chickens. Yeah, this is Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda.
Same angry pig man.
The guy discovers his family's past has a lot of running, jumping, and questionable decision-making around old landmarks. He spends hours plugged into a fancy machine, reliving these bizarre escapades, which mainly involve taking long walks through historical cities, dealing with secret society, and occasionally picking up oddly shaped relics. Along the way, he climbs every tall building he sees for no apparent reason and jumps off them into suspiciously soft landings.
It's always hay. Hay is soft. No, what got me was the spends hours plugged into a fancy machine. This is Assassin's Creed.
Which I only ever played Assassin's Creed 2, which was probably
that's one of the better ones.
That's what I've heard.
What I hear, Black Flag is like the best.
That's the one with like the pirates and shit. Yeah. That would be fun. Do I have any more? I think this is the last one. A charming adventurer with a questionable definition of archaeology spends most of his time on exotic trips that involve solving random riddles, breaking into places no one's been for centuries, and somehow getting into more gunfights than the average historian. Along the way, he usually stumbles upon ancient artifacts, while things always seem to collapse or explode around him, but he still manages to walk away with a grin and maybe a few bruises.
Is this oh my god, Uncharted? Okay.
So you better get that one. You're the one who turned me on that.
Yeah, I've never finished a full game yet.
I played you let me borrow Uncharted 2.
Yeah,
and I beat that one. It was fun. The final boss was hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I played it on easy mode.
It
was a cool game. I liked it. It was fun. I think that's all. Yeah.
Sports Hub.
Well, we'll come back to Sports Hub. We're gonna play another quick game. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, let's get it.
We have a little bit of a segment here. This is for the ladies. This one's called "She's a 10, but."
And we're not particularly talking about any particular person. We're just putting it out there.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully, some people. I'm gonna make sure Crabtree watches this one.
Isn't that right? You want to go first?
Sure.
How many do you have?
Oh, I have like 15 to 20 of them.
I got 15.
Okay. She's a 10, but she doesn't shave her toes.
That's a good one. Why are you looking at the camera?
No particular reason. So wait a minute, aren't you supposed to say like what you would think she is then? If she's a 10, but she doesn't shave her toes, so then what is she?
No, that's the whole joke.
Well, no, the joke is like, oh yeah, then she's definitely a 7 then.
No, you don't. That's all you say. She's a 10, but she does that. That's all.
I did this with Caleb, and he was like, yeah, that drops her down.
Yeah, I'm going to take Caleb's judgment on this one.
I mean, maybe.
She's a 10, but she wears goggles in the pool.
Wait, what? That's a good thing.
No, it's not. What adult wears goggles in the pool?
I mean, I get what you're saying, but like, I mean, I was wearing goggles sometimes at the Y. Like when your eyes hurt, dude, your eyes hurt. She's a 10, but she has a Amazon shopping addiction.
I feel like I can tell you, none of mine are personalized towards my wife.
No,
I can tell you that.
Aren't personalized.
Somebody's sleeping on the couch tonight.
I've been sleeping. Well, I was sleeping on the couch for like 3 weeks because of the snoring problem. But anyway,
spit out my teeth.
She bought that mouthpiece that helps with snoring.
Does it help?
Like she hasn't fucking used it yet.
Actually, I need you to use it because I need some help. Not me.
Well,
she's a 10, but she asked if you would still love her if she was paralyzed.
Oh, I have one similar to that. I hate those questions. She's a 10, but she asked if you would still love her if she was a worm.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
yeah.
How do you answer that?
Yeah, how do I answer
No,
that?
I'm not going to fucking love you if you're a worm.
No. I mean, we're
not the same fucking race.
She's a 10, but puts milk in the bowl before the cereal.
You took one of mine, you fucking prick. That's diabolical. That's like the most.
That's just fucking weird.
That's the most diabolical thing there is. I'm pretty sure they're fucking psychotic. She's a 10, but she would never offer to let you go through her phone. Like, by not like she don't say anything. Like, or you don't say anything like you want to see it. She'll never just walk up to you and be like, here. Or is if you like go to reach for her phone and she snatches it real quick, that's a red flag.
She's a 10, huge red flag.
She's a 10, but then she's a 0.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's something that guys would do.
Me and Ashley could 100% give each other our phone.
I have nothing on my
phone. I have nothing to hide.
I have nothing. She's a 10, but had unrestricted access to the internet as a child.
I mean, we did, didn't we?
Not unrestricted access.
Oh.
I don't remember watching porn when we had the internet.
I think girls need to watch more porn. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh no, I'm starting to think they watch enough.
She's a 10, but she went to a Diddy party.
Ooh. It's like throwing a hot dog down the hallway.
Basically, yeah.
She's a 10, but always cries on her birthday.
Cries on her birthday?
This girl.
That's apparently fucking weird. She's a 10, but she will never pick where to go eat.
Oh, God. That's not a fucking 10.
I fucking hate that.
You know what the worst part? So this one is a little personalized. Do you know what pisses me off the most is when we have this discussion and they say, I don't care where we eat. No, you do care where we eat. If I say Taco Bell and I know you don't like Taco Bell, you're going to say, You don't really want to go. I literally don't care. You could pick anywhere.
100%.
And I will go.
You could pick, like, if we decide to order out somewhere, or we're just going to get lunch, like at a fast food.
Yes or no?
Pick anywhere, and I will find something on the menu that I like.
Yeah, exactly. Yes or no? Have you ever ended up in an actual fight because neither one we couldn't figure out where to eat? Like it ends up, it turns into an argument.
I don't think so.
I have. It's turned into an argument.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever have.
Yeah.
Usually I would just like say fuck it, and that's whenever I get mad, and I'm just like, then I don't care where, like, I'll pick the most random fucking spot, and I'm like, if there's nothing there that you like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
So
she's a 10, but only because of inflation.
Damn, that was my next one. She's a 10, but it was out of 100.
I got that one on a scale of 100. She's a 10, but she gasps while you're driving.
Oh, I hate that. Either that or she'll grab they call the oh shit handle.
Yeah, the oh shit handles.
And I'm like,
what is that? Like, could women have not always done that?
No.
Well, I'm just more sensitive to it now.
No, and like Ashley will like hit the fucking invisible brake that's over there, and I'm like, bitch, I know what the fuck I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck I'm doing.
He's calling Ashley.
No, we do that all the time. She's bitch, I'm asshole. We both know that. We have this mutual understanding.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I just never understood that part. Like when I'm driving, like how did I like? Have you seen the funny TikToks? Like I never knew how to drive until I got a wife. I just drove around constantly rear-ending people.
Or like the guy who's like being like super nice. He's like, I'm so glad that you told me a mile down the road that there's a red light up here. I would have never known that if it wasn't for you. All right. She's a 10, but so is her IQ.
Oh, I had that one. That's a good one. So is her IQ. Some of mine start to get a little dark here. She's a 10, but her penis is bigger than mine.
Damn, that was my next one. She's a 10, but she laughs like Lepetti.
Oh, oh my God. I can't even imagine the female version. I don't know, Lepetti, I don't know if you watch this. We love you, but you got that laugh, right? I couldn't imagine the female version of his laugh.
Right? That bitch has got a fucking unibrow and like fucking fangs and no teeth in the middle. Sorry, Lepetti, nothing against you. This is just what I'm picturing. This is the girl.
She's a 10, but she supports Hillary Clinton.
Oh, she's a 10, but she says GIF instead of GIF.
That's a good one. She's a 10, but she drags her teeth.
Oh, might have cut them bitches out.
Yeah, no teeth, lady.
She's a 10, but she can't read an analog clock. I told Caleb, I said, all the teachers in the whole entire country could remove all digital clocks and put up just analog clocks.
Do you know how many people cannot tell the time on an analog clock?
A lot of Caleb's classmates couldn't.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, here's my thing. What was never taught? I get that. But I can look, you couldn't figure it out.
Right. Like,
I could figure that out.
Like,
without knowing.
I told him, have the teachers in the whole country replace all digital clocks with analog clocks. These kids will never know what the fuck time it is or when they're getting out of school.
Because, like, I'm sure there's some things from the past that were around before you and I were born that we wouldn't know what they were or how to use it, but we could probably figure it out.
Yeah, we could figure it out, or we asked our parents. Like, I mean, I didn't know what the fuck. We didn't have record players, but we knew what that was. An 8-track player. There was a lot of shit. We figured it out.
She's a 10, but she's also my cousin.
9. No, I'm joking. What, first cousin or second? There's a difference.
Yes.
I'll leave that one alone. She's a 10, but she doesn't like Ryan Reynolds.
Fuck that.
0.
Yeah, that's true.
0.
She's a 10, but she'll be an 11 next year. Or no. I wrote that wrong. She's a 10, but she'll be 11 next year.
What did you say first?
I said she'll be in 11 next year. I didn't realize what I wrote, but it was supposed to be she'll be 11 next year.
So you called a 10-year-old a 10.
I just realized because we're probably getting a major echo. Close that for me.
So she's 10 and you called her a 10.
Yeah, and she'll be 11 next year.
All right, let's see. I hope you know what this means. She's a 10, but she's a pillow princess.
I've heard that before.
Do you know what a pillow princess is?
I've heard that term before.
So Caleb, because I was going over this with him.
Take it easy on the fucking cologne.
Pillow princess is somebody who only wants to just lay there during sex and wants to just do it like missionary.
Just missionary. I didn't know that's what a pillow princess was.
Caleb thought that a pillow princess was a girl who has to have a pillow under her stomach when you're from behind.
I like where his mind's going. Yeah. I didn't know pillow princess was someone who just wanted it missionary.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
They don't do any of the work. Basically, that's what a pillow princess is. So
I'm not gonna lie. That'd probably be hot. Like if you're hot and this is the first time I fucked you, I don't really care. Yeah. But if we're like in a relationship and we've been together for a long time,
I want to see that ass from up top, like or want to see it bounce.
All right. I only have one more. This is my best one. She's a 10, but her second toe is longer than her big toe.
Ooh, wait. Oh, okay, we're good.
That's actually pretty common.
All right, well, I have a few, so I'm going to run through them. She's a 10, but her crazy is a 20. She's a 10, but she posts way too many selfies to her Instagram and cares about how many followers she has. She's a 10, but her body count is twice the number of mine. You know what that means, right? Body count? Okay.
How many people she's killed?
No. This one is a personal one. She's a 10, but she doesn't like sweet tea, apple pie, peaches, or chili.
I actually don't like any of that.
She's not American. I told you she's.
You don't like sweet tea? Who doesn't like sweet? Does she like any tea?
No.
What does she like?
Like, well, right now she's drinking the zero sugar like Cokes and stuff. But other than that, just
they are fucking
water.
Good. Those zero sugar Cokes are good.
Like she'll get like the girly drinks. Like she has the Stanley and she'll have the water. Like all these girls say, like, oh yeah, I drink tons of water, but no, they buy the fucking pumps of stuff. Now it's zero sugar, but it's like you're putting pumps of.
You're not drinking just water.
Flavoring into your drink, and it's like, okay, it's not water anymore, honey.
It's still water.
It's a zero sugar drink now.
You're making yourself sound better than what you are with your fucking Stanley cup.
This one is for one of our dear friends. She's a 10, but she's a single mom and has tattoos.
Who's that?
Single mom and has tattoos. Who is really into single moms with tattoos? In our friend group.
Crabtree?
There you go. And this is my best one. She's a 10, but she's a massage therapist for the Cleveland Browns.
Good one.
Thank you. It was good.
It was good. That was fun.
Better came up with them on your own.
I didn't come up with all of them on my own, which neither did you if I stole some of them.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God.
If I stole some of them, you did not come up with them on your own.
Well, no, because the ones you said, like I had wrote down a little differently, but it was basically the same.
All right. So apparently, I had heard that some pretty prominent names in football are eligible for the Hall of Fame going into 2025. And I kind of wanted to take a moment and talk about that because someone that from my team is eligible, and I definitely think he's a Hall of Famer.
I think he's the first ballot.
Quarterback Eli Manning.
I saw like 20 names. There's only like 3 or 4 that I would say is a definitive first round.
So I don't know. Did they give pictures here or no? Okay, so quarterbacks. Mark Bolger, Randall Cunningham, Jake Delhomme, Doug Flutie, Rich Gannon, Jeff Garcia, McNabb, Eli, Steve McNair, and Tony Romo.
None of those other ones.
Tony Romo, I mean.
How many of the other ones even have a Super Bowl? He was in one, but
Rich
he
Gannon
lost.
Was in. Tony Romo never made it there.
Flutie lost, right? No, that was Jim Kelly.
Yeah, Flutie never made it.
McNabb never went, right?
Yeah. Delhomme.
Was he in the Rams-Titans game?
No, Kurt Warner.
No, that's right.
Randall Cunningham never won one.
McNair was the quarterback of the Titans that year.
Yeah, but they didn't win.
No. So, yeah, Eli's the only one.
He's definitely one. Now, the running backs starting to get pretty good. You got
Is this this ain't his
Sean
first
Alexander.
year.
Probably.
No, he's been retired for a lot longer than 5 years.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway,
Sean Alexander, Jamal Anderson,
maybe
Tiki Barber,
no.
Jamal Charles. He was good.
Yeah, but where are they on records?
I don't think that they're record holders.
What awards or records do they have?
Corey Dillon.
No.
Work done.
No.
Eddie George.
Maybe. He was good. I think maybe.
Priest Holmes, Steven Jackson,
both of those
Chris
two.
Johnson.
Ooh. Chris Johnson.
Jamal Lewis. Marshawn Lynch. I think Marshawn Lynch has to go in.
Yeah.
The same thing, though. I don't know if he really holds any records, though.
No, but he had some really good performances in some big games, like Super Bowls and stuff.
Clinton Portis.
No, his career didn't last as long.
Darren Sproles, punt returner, kick returner, Fred Taylor, Ricky Waters, and Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams could have in his career. Darren Sproles is a maybe. I don't know, man. If you do Darren Sproles, then you got to say Steven Jackson, Priest Holmes, Jamal Charles.
Yeah, and you can't just let everybody in.
Right. Which one of these names stick out to you the most?
Well, the thing is, we're at this point now where a lot of these names were pretty big when we first got into fantasy football.
And this can't be the first year that they're eligible.
Because Ricky Waters played back in the 90s.
Right, so he's been eligible for a while, so I doubt he gets in now.
Yeah.
Fred Taylor's been...
For a while.
And, I would have said Fred Taylor could have been. He was a great running back. So out of that list... What was it? Who did we say was Marshawn Lynch?
What do you think about Tiki?
He doesn't have a ring.
He doesn't have a ring.
Does he have any records?
He's still the all-time rusher on the Giants.
He is now.
He broke it. He beat out Joe Morris years ago. Saquon didn't play long enough for the Giants to get there. Brandon Jacobs didn't get there.
I thought Rodney Hampton had a good bit.
Rodney Hampton was good, but Rodney Hampton was before Tiki Barber.
Yeah,
and actually, Rodney Hampton was never the lead. It was Joe Morris who was the before Rodney Hampton.
I know he's got plenty of Pro Bowls. He was never up for MVP.
Here's the thing. I'm going to say, because you were honest about Clinton Portis, I'll be honest, no. I don't think, because he retired too early. And don't get me wrong. I respect the fact that he retired, but he only played 10 years.
Well, see, Clinton Portis, I also thank him for giving us a Hall of Famer in that trade for Champ Bailey. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But he didn't last long enough. But I think Marshawn Lynch is the only one you can put on there, definitively.
Yeah. Now, Sean Alexander, because I remember him and LaDainian Tomlinson went back and forth. Does he hold the record for most rushing touchdowns in the season?
No,
it's LT.
It's Jamal Williams now. Jamal Williams did it 2 years ago whenever he played for the...
He broke the record? He had...
rushing... Yeah, it was 20-some.
Because I thought the record was almost 30.
Most rushing touchdowns.
Because you remember when Sean... Because I remember Michael...
no. Then what record did Jamal Williams break?
I don't remember him breaking a record.
It's Tomlinson, who rushed for 28 yards in 2006.
But then the year before, Sean Alexander broke it. Because I remember that last game, he goes to run out. Mike Holmgren was the coach of the Seahawks. He's like, "Whoa, hold on a second," because he still got a game to win.
Yeah,
but why would you not put him in? Sean Alexander is the best running back in the league at the time.
He broke Barry Sanders' rushing touchdown record with Detroit. Yes,
got you.
Which is still cool.
Yeah. Receivers: Anquan Bolden.
Oh,
he was tough. Donald Driver.
Yeah, but Fitzgerald was better.
Yeah. Corey Holt, Joe Horn,
Donald Driver.
I
don't know.
Brandon Marshall.
Lucho Cinco, I think, should be.
Yeah, he was really good.
I think
Derek
he's
Mason.
One that you've. Yeah.
I'm not calling out all names.
Yeah, Herman Moore. He's old as shit.
Jordy Nelson, maybe.
I would say yeah. He's like a Wes Welker type.
Yeah, but he really only had 3 or 4 good seasons.
That's true.
Andre Rison.
He's old. Jimmy Smith.
Steve Smith. I think Steve Smith.
Yes.
Could be in there.
Well, yeah, that's Steve Smith Sr. That's the one that was with Carolina.
Yeah, I think because he was solid for a long time with Carolina.
Absolutely. Why is his name in
Demaryius Thomas? The highlighted names, it makes me wonder if those are like who this website on NFL.com they think is going to go.
Well, I'm wondering if he's only going to get, because I mean, he had a good career, but he wasn't like,
I don't consider him a Hall of Fame.
He wasn't. No, he wasn't.
And if we're going to put him in just because he's dead, then
right?
I don't think
I mean,
that's right.
R.I.P. That sucks because he died, but like he's not better than Chad Johnson or
agreed. Reggie Wayne. Wes Welker's on there. Roddy White.
Okay.
Hines Ward. I think Hines Ward is a Hall of Famer.
Okay, so there's a few. I'm going to say Chad Johnson, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Steve Smith, yes. Hines Ward, yes.
Reggie Wayne's close.
I
think Wes Welker.
I mean, Marvin Harrison is in there, right? Yeah, he is.
I think so, yeah.
Did Reggie Wayne have better numbers or no?
He was up there.
If he had better numbers,
Reggie Wayne is there was a lot of years he had some, but he didn't have a lot of touchdowns. I do because I only remember that because I had him on fantasy.
Well, and he was still a number one receiver even after Harrison retired.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's an iffy.
I think Wes Welker's a yes.
Yes for Wes Welker. Roddy White. I think Julio Jones was better.
Yeah, Roddy White was tough, and then Julio Jones came in, and Roddy White kind of went to the wide receiver too.
Yeah. So yeah, there's like what 4 or 5.
I'd say 5
from that list. Yes.
Tight ends: Ben Coates, Vernon Davis. No, I don't.
Gates, yes.
Antonio Gates, yes.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Jeremy Shockey.
No.
I wish, but I don't think so. Delaney Walker.
No, because after Shockey left the Giants, he didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I don't know who Wesley Walls is.
I don't know.
Vernon or Antonio Gates, absolutely yes for sure.
He's the only yes for
Vernon Davis didn't have enough.
He wasn't consistent. Vernon Davis was supposed to be good, but he just was never consistent.
And didn't he like not get good until like his later years?
Yeah, because I remember he was on the 49ers when Mike Singletary was a coach, and I remember like Vernon Davis like crying on the sidelines or something.
Yeah, Antonio Gates is definitive, 100% yes.
Yeah, Antonio Gates arguably before Travis Kelce one of the best tight ends in NFL history.
Absolutely.
No offense, Lyman, but we're gonna skip you.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Sorry. There's a lot of good
ones.
We got defensive linemen: John Abraham, Jared Allen.
Yes, Jared Allen is a yes.
Casey Hampton.
No.
Robert Mathis. Elodie Nada.
No.
I'm only going through guys who I think.
Simeon Rice.
Justin Tuck. No. Will Fork. He was tough for a long time.
He was good. Shut up. He was good as shit with the Patriots in those Super Bowl years.
Yeah, the Williams boys.
I'm say Jared Allen's the only definitive in that one.
Linebackers: Jesse Armstead. I don't play for the Giants. He was pretty tough. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but he was good.
I'm gonna say no. I don't know who he is.
I am Badejo.
No.
Cornelius Bennett.
No.
Navarro Bowman.
No.
He's not Patrick Willis.
No.
He was good, but he's got a lot of tackles. James Ferrier.
Teddy Bruschi.
Teddy Bruschi. He's got it.
He led that defense for the
Patriots. He was a leader. I think Teddy Bruschi's going in.
Yeah.
James Ferrier.
Yep. No, not Ferrier.
London Fletcher.
No, he didn't have enough good years.
Really?
I don't think he had enough.
He had a lot of years with the Bills, and then he went to the Redskins.
Yeah, but with the Redskins, he wasn't as good whenever he was with the Bills.
True.
I'm going to say no for him. The
James
next
Harrison.
one, yes.
Yeah.
And that's 2.
Luke Kuechly. Yeah.
I'm going to say
Luke
yes
Kuechly
for
was
Kuechly.
dominant from his rookie season. My only thing with James Harrison, he's one of the ones who really pissed me off. Remember when they first started really changing the rules on like the hard hits?
Yes.
On offensive players, he was one of the first ones to speak up. How do you expect me to change something I've been taught since I was a young kid?
If that's the way you were taught as a young
exactly,
kid,
and that was my biggest thing. Is if you were taught to go up here to tackle, somebody should smack your fucking coach because that is not how you were taught to tackle.
Absolutely
so that was my only thing with James Harrison. But aside from that, great football.
Yeah.
Willie McGinnis.
No.
Ken Norton.
No.
I'm actually kind of surprised Ken Norton's not in there. He was,
yeah,
Cowboys and Niners. He helped them win Super Bowls.
He did. But
Bill Romanowski is not in there. That's crazy.
Isn't he the one that's like known for fucking pissing his pants in middle of games?
I don't know. Probably.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Crazy. Takeo Spikes. I remember him.
Yeah. No.
Suggs.
Yes.
Suggs has to be.
Suggs.
In there.
Yes.
Vrabel. If you got to put, if you put Bruschi in, do you put Vrabel in?
I think Bruschi was just a better leader. Vrabel did his thing, but
Vrabel got a lot of touchdowns.
See what he does as a coach. He already got fired, so I'm gonna say no.
DBs: Eric Allen,
no.
Eric Berry,
Bethea, Antoine Bethea.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna say yes.
Cam Chancellor, no.
No. Antonio Cromartie. I'm going to say no. Actually, no, because I think D'Angelo Hall was better. D'Angelo Hall was a yes, not only because of his coverage skills, but also because of his return skills.
Yeah. Rodney Harrison.
Yes, absolutely.
I think along with Teddy Bruschi, he helped. Absolutely. Which, and I know we've talked about before. A lot of people forget. Patriots had some solid defenses. Belichick was a defensive-minded coach.
Well, he was a defensive coordinator before.
Yeah, and here's the thing is, and I'm going to stand on this, as much as I do think Brady is still the GOAT.
Yeah.
Brady doesn't win all those Super Bowls
without a great defense. He had a fucking amazing defense.
And,
there's a lot of the team was solid named.
Samari Roll, no.
No.
Aqib Talib, he was pretty tough for a while.
He was part of our no-fly zone defense.
I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer.
No, I don't think so. Earl Thomas. No. Maybe? Charles Tillman.
Charles Tillman was a good cornerback for the Bears. Troy Vincent was also on the Patriots.
Darren Woodson.
Woodson.
I mean, Charles Woodson. Well, Charles Woodson is already a Hall of Famer.
So, hold on. Let's go back to the Seahawks for a minute. So, it was the Legion of Boom was Cam Chancellor,
Earl Thomas,
Richard Sherman, and Brandon Browner. Was that his name?
Yeah, Browner.
He was probably the least well known. Yeah. So, who was better out of Earl Thomas or Cam Chancellor?
Earl Thomas was the hard. Well, he was the harder hitter. Cam Chancellor was better in coverage,
along with Richard Sherman.
Right.
That was probably.
I mean, as far as safeties,
that's probably arguably one of the best secondaries.
You better hold up. The no-fly zone.
Who did you have? Let me hear it.
We had Chris Harris on one side, Aqib Talib on the other side.
Okay, I'll give you Aqib Talib. I don't know enough about Chris Harris.
We had Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie as our nickel, and then our safeties were. And help me out here. Hold on.
I don't know.
No-fly zone Broncos.
And you're arguing that your no-fly zone is better than the Legion of Boom.
Yeah, Talib and Harris, and then T.J. Ward and Darian Stewart and Bradley Roby. Come on, dude. T.J. Ward was a dog.
I'm not saying T.J. Ward wasn't good, but you're going to say they were better than the Legion of Boom.
Okay, all right. So Chris Harris Jr. was arguably one of the underrated.
Very underrated because I don't remember him.
He was one of the because he was quiet. He never said anything.
I remember these guys off the Seahawks.
Chris Harris was never in the media. You never saw anything about him because he didn't do the strapped or you're on an island. He didn't do any of that. He just shut guys down. He was one of the best cornerbacks in the league when he played. And just nobody ever talked about him because he was never in the media saying all the shit that these cornerbacks say.
Let me ask you this then.
No, Legion of Boom was better.
Okay, because I was going to ask, both teams had that same defense around the same time, right?
Yeah, because ours was
they played in the Super Bowl, right?
Well, against each other.
And who won that Super Bowl?
Well, yeah, the Seahawks won. But the very next year, we still had the no-fly zone, and we beat Carolina,
who sucked.
Right, but they were still.
Cam Newton was MVP that year.
But yeah, they were good. Cool. No, fuck that. Pat McAfee, 100%. Put his ass in the Hall of Fame. Bro, how many kickers do you know that's a punter that recovered their own onside kick?
I mean, I'm probably putting David Akers, Gary Anderson.
Both of those guys are going
Jason Elam, Jeff Beagles.
Hell of a punter. Jason Hanson was good.
Yeah.
Lackler was good. Pat McAfee and Brian Moorman were fucking
Stover
great.
Stover was good.
Vanderjack. Vinatieri is.
I don't know if Pat McAfee's automatic. Just because he's got a good podcast, don't mean he's automatically going.
Stop hating on him. Brian Mitchell, yes. Josh Cribbs, no.
Yeah, Brian Mitchell definitely. He was.
Running back.
I still remember. Brian Mitchell was the first time I ever saw a fake punt.
Okay.
I think they were playing the Eagles, and they snapped it right to him. And
I thought he did play for the Eagles. Or is this when he played for the
Brian Mitchell played for the Redskins.
Yeah, but I thought he played for...
You're thinking about Brian Dawkins?
No. I could have swore he played for the Eagles, too.
I just remember Brian Mitchell and the Redskins. But anyway, I remember that was the first time I ever saw a fake punt.
Yeah. There's Redskins. Wait, that says 19... No. Yeah, he played for the Eagles for 3 years.
But most of it was on the Redskins, right?
Yes, and then the Giants for a year.
I didn't know. So he stayed in the NFC East.
Yeah.
Should have went to the Cowboys, hit all 4.
2003, played 16 games. He had 154. Oh, no, that's punt return yards, 154.
So he's mostly a punt returner and kick returner.
Where the fuck is his, oh, there's rushing and receiving.
I know, you're getting
2003.
We're about done. Come here.
He had 20 yards rushing on 4 attempts.
Ellie's like, you all need to get the fuck out of here.
Are you hungry?
My daddy needs to feed me and give me some attention.
Oh my god.
So before we end, I didn't necessarily have this as a topic, but Hurricane Milton has come and gone.
Yeah, it seems to be not as bad as Helene.
Not as bad. It came right through. See, Helene went up and stayed on land.
Yeah.
But that happens all the time. People hype up some of these storms, and then it's like, oh shit. Because I looked yesterday and I was like, oh shit, it's already out to sea.
Yeah.
12 people. I mean, that's sad. 12 people died. But,
and R.I.P. Tropicana Field.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck that stadium anyway. It's the ugliest stadium. It's the most worthless stadium in baseball.
Go there too.
I hope not. Yeah, but I mean, it definitely, they had some flooding waters. They had a little bit of storm surge. Ashley, her uncle, Sean, he actually lives there in Clearwater, which is like right on the other side of the bay from Tampa. It's right on the coast. Originally, it was supposed to hit directly on Clearwater and Tampa, but then it moved a tick down to like Sarasota and Bradenton.
Oh, okay.
But they still, like, they lost power for a little while, but I mean, it was a category 3 by the time, and Floridians and category 3s are like they're just yawning.
Really stop.
They're yawning at this point. But hey, you know what, though? Kudos to fucking Ron DeSantis for handling this fucking storm, because he has done a phenomenal job.
I really haven't watched much news.
The next morning I turned on the news just because I wanted to see what kind of damage was done, and he's up there on stage. He didn't sleep the whole night. He had all the different agencies giving him updates and reports, everything, so that he was ready to go for the media on that morning. And then he was out there on the ground assessing things on his own.
Was he?
So I wish he was our fucking governor.
Yeah. Wes Moore.
Yeah. See, let's see you go through a fucking flood up here in the mountains, bud.
Yeah. So another solid episode. So we'll be back next week, and we will have our transgender friend Ember.
Ember will be with us next week.
Ember will be with us.
So make sure you all say hi and be nice to her.
We haven't really had much of a chance to talk. So what do we have time? So we're going to be doing a Halloween episode. Yeah, not on Halloween, unfortunately. But
it'll be a week before.
Yeah, it'll probably end up being about a week before.
So like by the time you guys see it, it'll be like the 26th. But we'll do our thing we did last year.
Yeah,
and dress up.
We're not doing anything for the election now, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, because somebody couldn't get it off.
And it's unfortunate because I definitely wanted to do some more stuff. Like the basketball game was fun, so maybe we need to really figure something out for next year, because I want to do more of that, because I do think that's what's going to help us grow. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see any growth until we start doing more stuff like that and we start promoting.
I mean, shit, dude, I'm going to be watching this election from fucking morning until the next following day, so maybe I'll just vlog some shit.
I do, because we're not doing it, I do have training the next morning, so I'll have to get up early, but I'll be watching.
Well, I mean, maybe you can put together a vlog of you watching it.
Maybe.
I'll vlog myself watching it, and maybe we'll post some shit, because
that Jen Hare from the Fort Hill thing, she reached out and asked if we wanted to put anything into the homecoming ad.
Oh,
I never thought that was separate. I started thinking, because that's in color, we probably should have just did that one.
Yeah.
So what I think next year, I say we just put it in the homecoming.
Yeah, ad. I'm good with that.
Because how many people are buying the programs through the season?
Right.
I say we put it in the homecoming ad.
I mean, I'm good with that. I didn't know they were a separate thing, or else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it.
So anyway, so that's another solid episode.
If you guys liked this episode, tell a friend, tell your parents, tell your kids. Hit the subscribe button. And the ones that did, Dickin, love you for it. You got one of his family members to subscribe and like and all that. So appreciate you, Dickin. But yeah, tell everybody and pass it on. Share it. We need to get our subscriber count up so we can do more stuff.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys next week with Ember. Peace.